Hey Gilbert, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm good, thanks for asking, Gilbert. Let's wait a little bit until the rest of the students gets here. Did you work on my English lab, Gilbert?
¿Cómo eso?
Did you work on my English lab last week? ¿Te acuerdas los ejercicios de my English lab?
Algo.
Yes, did you?
Terminé tarde de hacer anoche.
Ah, claro, era esta noche, ¿no? Y es lunes. Ok, súper. Pero los has trabajado, no hay problema.
Sí.
Ok, that's good. ¿Qué tal te ha parecido, pero este nivel? ¿Está más fácil o está igual o lo ves difícil?
Bueno, estoy aprendiendo más cosas, ¿no?
Ya.
Es que antes estaba en el Cambridge
Ujú,
y empecé de cero.
ok,
Era muy básico todo, entonces ya aquí ya como que ya estoy aprendiendo mejores cosas, ¿no?
ok. Qué bueno, me alegro. Mm,
Lo único que me falta es soltarme un poco más al hablar.
los veo muy tímidos. De todos mis grupos, que soy honesta, es el más tímido. Generalmente no se callan y en este no hablan.
Sí. Es
Eso es de que
que
es más cómodo, ¿no?
todavía tengo la mala costumbre de pensar en español.
Mm.
No sé cómo evitarlo.
El mejor consejo que te puedo dar es olvídate, ¿no? Olvídate del castellano. Imagínate que estás aprendiendo algo de cero. Es como si estuvieras aprendiendo algo que nunca has hecho en tu vida.
Ujú.
Por ejemplo, no sé, manejar moto o algo así, ¿no? Entonces es como que estás en cero, no sabes y bueno, tienes que ir aprendiendo, dar pasos de baby
Sí.
steps, ¿no? ¿Mm? A ver, ¿quién se unió? Hi, Joanna. Let's turn our camera. Wait, guys, let's turn our cameras on.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, teacher.
Okay, so we're going to start seeing. Sorry, I was just putting some image here. So we're going to start practicing some verbs in the past participle. So let me share my screen, guys. 1 second, please. Okay, so we're going to work on this exercise. So I'm going to share this. So we're going to try to organize them, okay? So we're going to categorize them either in past, which is past simple, or past participle. All right, so maybe Gilbert, can you share your screen? I just share this exercise. And you can take turn, guys. So we can put the verbs in order, no? So this is past and this is past participle. For example, past, let's see, ate could be past and it's participle eaten, no? So we can try to do it that way. Let's find the verb and then put it in the past, and then let's put the same verb in the past participle, like the example. All right, so Gilbert, are you sharing your screen? Sorry. Thank you. All right, so let's take turns, guys. Who would like to start? All right, great. You can start with example. What is it?
Did
Great.
done.
Oh, who is it? Oh, hi, Adriana. How are you?
Hi, teacher.
All right, so let's
Did
continue,
done.
guys. Joanna, you can also participate, please.
Written, past participle. Y, un poquito más arriba, el otro rojo, abajo en la otra fila. Bien
Okay.
ahí. No, arriba, al lado de forget, arriba es past participle.
And what's the
Wrote, ¿no? Ay. Wrote, arriba, en past.
Great. Okay, let's keep looking. Maybe Adriana or Gilbert.
Drank, past, drunk, past participle.
Drunk, pass.
Yes.
Drunk.
Where is it?
Arriba, ahí.
Okay. Gilbert, hold on.
Forgot, past, forgotten, past participle.
Joanna, please participate. All right.
Broken.
Excellent.
Choose, past y past participle, choose.
Choose.
Did, past, did.
Did.
Did, pass. Pass. It has been past participle. ¿No?
Been.
Yes.
Vegan past y vegan past participle.
No.
Spoke past, spoken past participle. Was, were es past, es de been. Y de did es done.
Yes, done.
Arriba el segundo.
Done. Es de done. Es pasado participio de did, perdón.
Sí.
Hay que cambiar el been por el done.
What?
En pasado participio, donde ya seleccionado.
Done.
Done por el been, abajo. Por el been. Por el otro verde. En abajo, en pasado participio. Donde dice been al lado de shoes. Hay que cambiar por el done. Por el que te lo has llevado arriba. Es
Done.
been.
Pasado participio.
Ajá, pero por el been. ¿Qué va a estar mal? ¿No?
Been es past participle.
Ok. Been.
Ya,
Ahí.
So,
El don.
Done past participle.
If you're not sure, guys, you can Google it. You can open Google and take a look. It's fine if you don't know them all. No, but you can open Google and you check if you're correct or incorrect.
mm,
Flew past, flown past participle.
¿Cuál?
Flew.
come, eso es past, abajo, participo. Come, past. Okay, parte.
Gave past, given past participle.
Que no más. No.
Drove past, driven past participle. Took past, taken past participle. Went past, gone past participle. So past, seen past participle.
De todo.
Were, no.
You can take a look if you want to before you send it.
Words is past.
It's fine. It's fine, guys. We're practicing. So let's continue. Let's see the next exercise. It's a speaking exercise. So let me share my screen, please. You have to mention, you have to say the verb in the past participle, and we're going to take turns. All right, so let's start with Joanna. Let's see, you're going to find one of the past participles of these verbs. All of them are irregular verbs. All right, so what's the past participle of read, Joanna? If you don't know, you can look it up. You can go and go to Google and you can look up, that's fine. Ok, Joanna, si no sabemos el verbo, no hay problema. Podemos ir a Google y podemos buscar. We cannot hear you, sorry.
Si es pasado participio, teacher.
Yes, el pasado participio of read. ¿Cuál será? Si nos acordamos, podemos buscar en Google.
Okay.
All right.
Read, igual, teacher.
Sorry?
Read.
All right. So it's the same.
Yes, it's the same.
Okay,
It's
good.
the same.
Read. Yes, okay. Let's see the next one, Adriana. Past participle of cost.
Cost, teacher.
Can you see my screen?
Ah, ahora sí. Cost is the same, teacher. Cost.
Excellent. All right. Can you spell it? Adriana, can you spell the past participle of cost?
Yes, it's the same. C-O-S-T.
Are you sure?
It's the same. Cost.
All right. All right, Gilbert, your turn. Past participle of become.
Become. Become what?
Yes, the same, no?
Yes.
Become. All right. Next one, Joanna, your turn. Past participle of find.
Found.
Can you repeat this?
Found.
Found. Yes, you're correct. All right, guys. Let's continue. All right. Whose turn is Adriana or Gilbert?
Adriana, teacher.
Okay, Adriana. Past participle of
Writing, teacher. Reading.
reading. Yes, excellent. Very good. It's with double D, no?
Yes.
All right. And it's on the chat, by the way. Next one, Gilbert. Past participle of come.
Come.
Yes, the same word, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Joanna. Past participle of pay.
Paid.
Paid. Very good. No, with D at the end. Paid. All right. Next one, guys. Adriana, what's the past participle of spend?
Spent.
With T at the end, no?
Sí. Yes.
Can you write it on the chat, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Excellent. All right, that's the past participle. Next one. Past participle of Gilbert. Choose.
Choosing.
And can you write it on the chat too? Thank you, guys. In the Zoom chat. Excellent. Let's see, Joanna, your turn. What's the past participle of lose?
Lost.
Great, yes, look. Can you write it on the chat? Joanna, can you write the verb on the chat, please? Thank you. All right, let's see the next. Excellent. Adriana, past participle of put.
Put.
Yes, excellent. Put it on the chat, please. Same word. Excellent, guys. Put. Gilbert, past participle of send.
Sent.
Excellent. Write it on the chat, please. It's with a T at the end. Send. Well, it's send. No? Joanna, your turn. Past participle of drink.
Drunk.
Excellent. Write it on the chat, please. Excellent. Very good. Adriana, your turn. What's the past participle of speak? Oh, we cannot hear you, Adriana. Sorry.
Spoke.
Great. Just write it on the chat, please. So your classmates can see it. Great. Spoken. Speak, spoken. Gilbert, past participle of make.
Made.
Excellent. Write it on the chat, please. It's just with a D. No, make, made, made. Joanna, your turn. Past participle of drive.
Driven.
Great. Can you write it on the chat, please? All right, thank you very much. Adriana, your turn. Past participle of meet.
Meet.
Mm-hmm.
Meet.
Can you write it on the chat, please?
Yes.
It's met. Meet, met. Past participle, past tense. Met. Yes, right. All right. Next, Gilbert, your turn. Past participle of no.
Que no.
Sorry?
Que no.
Ah, sí. No, no, we don't make, the K doesn't have a sound. Can you write it on the chat, please? Excellent. All right, next one, Joanna. Past participle of self.
Okay. Salt.
All right, very good. Write it on the chat, please. Great. Self, salt, salt. No? All right, next one, guys. Participle for Adriana of do. Past participle of do.
Do. Don't.
Very good. All right, let's write it on the chat, please. It's D-O-N-E, right? Next one, Gilbert, your turn. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. Past participle of begin, Gilbert.
Begin. Begin.
All right, very good. Sorry. All right, begun. What is begun? Let's see, next one. Joanna, your turn. Past participle of break. What's the past participle of break? Your microphone is off, John.
Broken.
Great, very good. Write it on the chat, please. Break, broke, broken. No, very good. Next one, Adriana, your turn. Past participle of go.
Go, went, teach. Go, gone.
Gone, very good. Okay, write it on the chat, please. Go, went, gone, right? Okay, Gilbert, your turn. Past participle of have.
Hat. Hat.
Okay, let's write it on the chat, please. All right. Next one. Past participle of for Joanna. Run. What's the past participle of run?
Run.
All right, let's write it on the chat, please.
Okay, run.
It's the same, no? Run. All right, next one, we have like 6, 7 left. Adriana, past participle of leave.
Left, teacher.
All right, let's write it on the chat, please. Gilbert, past participle of Phil.
Filled.
Felt, very good. Write it on the chat. Excellent, felt. All right. We have 5 left. Sorry. Joanna, past participle of get. That's quite easy.
Gotten.
Very good. Gotten in double T, right? Write it on the chat, please. Okay, Adriana's turn. Excellent. Past participle of bye.
Bug, teacher.
Very good. Write it on the chat, please. It's the same in past simple, no? By, but. Great, very good. It sounds like but also, right? Oh, almost like but. Gilbert, past participle of bring.
Broke.
All right, let's write it on the chat, please. Do you have it? All right. I don't think the spell is correct though. Let me check. GAT, yes. All right. Joanna, past participle of think.
Drunk.
Thought, no?
Thought.
It's think, no? Con K.
So.
Thought. Can you write it on the chat, please? Usually TH sounds like no, in Spanish is like Z. Usually TH sounds like, so it's thought. And finally, Adriana, of what it says?
Writing, teacher.
Writing, yes. Let's write it on the chat too. All right, great. Joanna, don't forget to write the past participle of think, which is thought. All right, so let's start with today's presentation. Let's see some questions, guys. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question to each of you. Okay, so Joanna, where have you traveled? Can you try to think of where have you traveled? Where have you traveled?
Okay. I travel last month.
Okay. Where have you traveled? No, pay attention. It's not asking you when. It's just asking you, no, where have you traveled? It's like a general type of question. Where have you traveled? Just try to mention places. Where have you traveled before?
I traveled a La Paz City.
Okay, La Paz City, very good.
And Potosí City.
Okay, very good. All right, that's enough. So in this type of question, it's just a never general question. No? Where have you traveled? It's not asking you this year. It's not asking you in last month, in the last 3 years. No, it's a general question. Like it's maybe representing like in your whole life, no? Where have you traveled in your whole life? No, it's not asking for a specific period of time. So let's see the next question. Gilbert, what sports have you ever played? Have you played?
I play soccer.
What else? Any other sport? Just soccer?
Yes.
Okay. Your whole life, you just played soccer?
Fight.
You play what, sorry? Couldn't hear you.
Fight.
Oh, fighting? Like box?
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Any other sports?
Es que en realidad eran varias artes marciales.
Oh, okay. All right, but it could be like fighting already. All right, great. Thank you. So when you get this type of question, it's the same, no? It's like a general, a big question. It's not asking you for a specific period of time. No, it's just asking what sports have you played? No? And last one, Adriana. Sorry. What interesting foods have you eaten?
When I was in Tarija, I ate octopus.
Octopus. Any other interesting foods?
No, teacher. I don't like the interesting foods.
All right. So same type of question. It's not asking about a specific period of time. It's just asking, no, like it's a general, it's a big question. So why are we getting this type of questions? Because we're going to see the present perfect, but in an indefinite past. It's called indefinite past because we don't care about a specific period of time. We don't care. So it could be any time, right? That's why it's a big question. So this present perfect, we use it to talk about something that happened at some point in the past, but not at any particular time. So it's just in the past. That's the only thing that we care, right? It's in the past. For example, have you ever had a pet? It's not asking the last year, the last month, like it's asking you, no, have you ever had a pet? Like it's asking you, no, have you ever, alguna vez, have you ever had a pet? So we're probably going to answer yes, I had a pet before, right? All of us in some point in our lives had a pet. So this present perfect is talking about something that happened in the past, but we don't care in the specific or particular time. we don't care about this particular time. All right, it's just in the past. That's the only thing that we care. All right, so and that's why we call it indefinite past, because we don't keep an exact time. When I asked the questions, no, it was like, what sports have you played? No, for example, this question that was for Gilbert is not asking about a specific period of time, right? So probably Gilbert was thinking about his whole life, all the sports. It's not asking you about a period, ¿no? Porque, ¿por qué se llama indefinite past? Porque no estamos especificando, no es de tiempo específico en el pasado. It's just in the past. That's all that we care, right? It's in the past, that's all. So, sorry. So sorry, guys, my computer is a little bit slow today. All right. Okay, let's see this interaction. Gilbert, can you be, sorry, Joanna, can you be Talia? And Gilbert, can you be Tony, please? Thank you.
Have you listened to the recording?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, John and I have both listened to it.
Excellent. So in this example, it's not asking, no? Have you listened? No, we know that listen is like listen, right? Have you listened this recording? It could be any recording, no? But it's not asking about a specific time. It's not saying yesterday or last month or last week, no. It's just saying, have you listened to the recording? That's all, no? So the answer is going to be yes or no, that's all, right? So we don't care when, no? We only want to know like if they hear or they listen to this recording. That's all we care, right? And Tony goes, yes, I listened to the recording. John and I have both listened to it, no? So again, we don't care, and we're not asking about a specific time in the past. We just want to know an information that happened at some point in the past. All right, any questions so far, guys? ¿Alguna pregunta? Estamos viendo el presente perfecto. Present perfect. Ok, a ver, antes de continuar, veamos la forma. La forma es como se organiza, ¿no es cierto? So, for affirmative sentences, we have, obviously, always we start with the subject, no? The subject, it could be a person, it could be an object, singular or plural. Then we have, or we have has, and then we have the past participle of the verb. That's why we practice past participle verbs. Sorry, guys. My computer is really slow today. All right. So, so sorry. And this is affirmative, right? For negative, I use the same, no? Subject plus have or has plus not plus the past participle. No? In this other example, I have a question. So for questions, I use have or has, then the subject plus the verb in past participle. All right, so sorry guys, 1 second, please. Okay. I got frozen. I'm really sorry. All right. So this is the form, right? So here I have a question. So it's have, the subject, and the past participle of the verb, right? For affirmative, subject, have, has, participle of the verb, and negative, subject, have, has, not, past participle. It's basically that. So let's see more examples. Okay, some questions. Any questions here, guys? ¿Alguna pregunta? Okay, it's not really that difficult. This is the simple way of present perfect. Okay, so we often use ever in questions about indefinite past because it's like ever, no, it's like alguna vez, no? So it's not asking about a specific time, no, it's like general type of question. No, have you ever eaten a strange, ate a strange food, no? Have you ever played any sport? Or the question for Joanna was, have you ever, or something like that, no? Have you ever, what was your question, Joanna? ¿Cuál fue tu pregunta, Joanna? No me acuerdo.
Que si yo viajé.
Okay, yes. Have you ever traveled? No, it's just asking. Have you ever traveled? Yes, no, that's all. So it means like at some time before now, but not in a specific time, just at some time. No, it's the ever, it's the alguna vez, no, it's at some point, but it's not in a specific time. It's not a year, it's not a month, it's not during this period, no? It's just some point in the past. Let's see the second example. Adriana, could you be Tony, and Gilbert, could you be Talia, please? Thank you.
Have you ever heard of Nick Crawford?
Yes, I have.
So in this example, we're seeing that, no? It's asking, have you ever? No, we're using ever right here. We use it just in questions, no? This ever is this at some point in the past. And we have, the subject, then ever, and then the past participle, no? To answer, we usually don't use ever, we use never. And never means like, it's negative, right? Never is like never before. So ever goes before the past participle. So before the past participle, not before, not after, before. Before the past participle, we use ever in questions, no? And you cannot use the present perfect for an indefinite past with an exact time. So because we're just asking about at some point in the past, no, alguna vez, we don't mention a specific time. So this is incorrect. For example, they have listened to the tape yesterday. It's incorrect because this is the past perfect, right? Tenemos have, past participle, no? In this example, we don't use a time. We don't use a period of time, which is yesterday. It's incorrect, no? Cuando usamos el presente perfecto en su forma simple, que es esta, no mencionamos un tiempo, ¿no? And let's write the form again, ¿no? Lo voy a escribir en el chat esa vez. So it's always the subject, ¿no? En inglés siempre va el sujeto al inicio, entonces está de más escribirlo, pero utilizamos have or has plus the past participle. Basically, it's that. This is for affirmative statements. For negative is have or has, and then plus not, plus the past participle. No? And for questions, we change it. No, it goes first have or has, and then we mention the subject. No? Subject, it could be any subject, plus we can use ever if you want to. And then the past participle. ¿Se entiende la forma, chicos? La fórmula. El último es por pregunta. Yes, any questions? Okay.
No siempre lleva paréntesis. Ever, ¿no? Me pregunta.
La pregunta generalmente porque no estamos mencionando el tiempo, entonces lo que nos importa es saber if they have ever did something, play sports, eat a strange food, or travel, for example. No? So ever is very common in this question, in questions for the present perfect. It's very, very common. But it's not mandatory. No es obligatorio usar, pero es muy común. Very, very common. Any other questions? Okay. We're going to practice this, don't worry. Like we just have to understand the logic, that's all. If you don't remember, that's fine. But we're going to practice, no? And we often use never with the present perfect, but we use never for statements, not for questions. And it never means at no time before now, right? Ever, it means at some point. And never is the opposite, it's negative, no? At no time. Like we know the meaning of never, right? Never. It means like no. Never also goes before the past participle. So, Joanna, could you be Amy and Adriana, could you be Talia, please?
My sister has never heard of Nick Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Has she ever been to a soccer game?
Let's continue. Joanna, the third one.
No, never, and she never watched one on TV.
Excellent, thank you very much. So never is gonna go between, no, have or has and the past participle. Now, what happened? There is a rule. Les voy a mostrar la regla. I'm writing the form for never on the chat, no? It's have or has, never, and then the past participle. All right. So this is usual, is used, this is a negative statement, right? So it always goes the same. No, the subject and then have or has. Why do I always put have / has? Because the rule says, ¿qué es la regla? The rule says he, she, and it uses has. And the rest uses have. I, you, we, they use have. Por eso hay el slash que les pongo, ¿no? Es uno o el otro. ¿Por qué? Porque, for example, my sister is a she. That's why I use has, right? In the other example, not sure. Well, for example, here we have a question, right? And because the question goes with you, uses have. All right? But when the subject is she or a he or an it, no? Andres, my sister, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my cat, my dog, the table, whatever, it uses has. And for the rest of the subject, I, you, los dos you, no? The you, the singular and you plural, and we and they use have. That's the rule, ¿no? Esa es la regla de siempre, pero, ¿no? O sea, no es nada nuevo. He, she, it use has, and the rest use have. All right? So any questions, guys? Just remember the rule. It's not really that difficult, I think. All right, so any questions, guys?
No, teacher.
Very good. So let's continue. Okay, I think this is the last one. Not left. So we can use the present perfect also with just, recently, and lately when we talk about things that's happened in the very past, in the recent past. So these are word expressions for this tense, no? Just, recently, lately. And in American English, is it not common to use the past simple tense, but it's fine. And so let's see. Gilbert, could you read these 2 sentences, please?
Tony, Tony has who's received a tape. Tony who's received a tape.
Excellent. So in this example, we're seeing that, sorry, let me make a note. Tony, this is the present perfect, right? Has, I'm using just, no? And then the past participle. Just to express that something happened very recent. No, very recent, it means like a little bit ago. Maybe 2 hours ago, or a day ago, or maybe a week ago. No, very recent. Recent is recientemente, no? And in the second example, I have just the past simple. Sorry for the noise, guys. So in the second example, I have past simple. No, I can also use just with the past simple. No, just basically means like it just happened, not a little bit ago. Recently is the same, no? It's like maybe a little bit bigger. Recently or lately is the same. No, it's like it's just a little bit ago. Let's see the second example. Adriana, could you read these 2 sentences, please?
¿Cuál ejemplo, teacher?
This
Someone has recently offered Nick money, or someone recently offered Nick money.
Excellent. Yes, that's okay. So in this second example is the same, no? In the first 2 example sentences, I have present perfect, and I can use recently in the sentence, like in the middle between have or has and the past participle, right? It goes in the middle. Has just received, has recently offered, right? This is the past participle, this is has, and it goes in the middle, right? Between has or have and the past participle. When I use it in the simple past, I use it before the verb, right? But it was just to understand, no? I can use these time expressions to express something happened recently, no? Recientemente. All right, so any questions here, guys? These are just time expressions. Time expression is to mention when it happened, basically, no? But in the present perfect, we just use these time expressions that just happened, recently happened, lately happened. It's not like too many days ago or like a bigger time. No, it's just a little bit ago. All right, any questions? Let's continue. Please let me know if there is any questions. ¿No? ¿Dónde pongo estas expresiones de tiempo? Entre el have or has y entre el verbo participio. No, está en el medio, just. Has just received or has recently offered. Entonces va al medio entre have or has en el past participle. ¿Por qué has? Porque es Tony, ¿no? Tony es a he. He, she, it, use has, ¿no? Sorry. And someone is a singular person, no? It could be considered an it, no? Singular, no? Someone has recently offered. All right. So, any questions, guys? No? All right, let's continue. Present perfect. We can use just Okay, and recently we seen 3, right? We seen, sorry, just, recently, and lately. We're seeing just and recently, right? And recently can also, sorry, goes at the end. No, someone has offered Nick money recently. Same expressions can usually go at the end of the sentence too, no? Gilbert, could you read this sentence, please?
Someone has offered Nick money recently.
Thank you very much. So this time expression, it could go here or it could go at the end. It's totally fine, no? And it's like the other example. Remember when we talk about, for example, yesterday I was with my friends, or I was with my friends yesterday. I can use yesterday at the beginning of the sentence and at the end, and it doesn't make any change, right? It's the same here. So I can use recently here, or I can use it at the end. So I can also say someone has recently offered Nick money. Both sentences are correct. All right. It's just so you don't get confused, ¿no? Recientemente puede ir entre el have o el has, o puede ir el have o el has y el past participle, o puede ir al final de la oración, ¿no es cierto? Básicamente nos está diciendo eso, ¿no? Y the meaning is the same, doesn't change, ¿no? El significado es el mismo, se mantiene, simplemente un poco de flexibilidad con el tiempo, en la expresión del tiempo. Generalmente siempre es así con todas las expresiones del tiempo. ¿Por qué se llama una expresión de tiempo? Porque nos está mostrando cuándo ha pasado. Y en este caso es, ¿no?, algo reciente. It could be recently, it could be just, or it could be lately, ¿no? Los tres significan hace un tiempo, hace un poco tiempo atrás, más bien dicho. Okay? And lately always goes at the end, ¿no? Lately doesn't go here. Por ejemplo, si decimos he's lately fallen into debt is incorrect. No, lately always goes at the end. So, esas son las tres formas, las tres expresiones de tiempo, ¿no? Podríamos decir someone has just offered Nick money recently, o podríamos decir someone has offered Nick money recently, or someone has recently offered Nick money, or we could be, we can use lately and it goes at the end too, ¿no? Someone has offered Nick money lately. El lately siempre va al final. Recently es el único que puede ir al centro, ¿no? Just, recently and just, sorry. Y lately siempre va al final. Pero recently también puede ir al final. ¿Ok? Vamos a practicar, don't worry. So the present perfect, to finish this, guys, what is the form? You already have it on the chat, but what's the form? We have subject, no? We have plus, have or has. And then the past participle. No, ya sabemos que cuando utilizo have, I use have with I, you, we, they, no? And I use has with he, she, and it. Ahí es la única diferencia que tengo, la verdad, ¿no? And then the past participle. We practice the past participle at the beginning, no? So that's basically it, guys. If I want to make a negative statement, I can put not, no? Between have or has and the past participle, no? Have not or haven't, or has not or hasn't, no? El not siempre va a ir entre el have o el has y el participio, siempre, no, el not siempre va a ir. Y en la pregunta, como ya se había explicado al principio y hemos visto varios ejemplos, el have or el has goes at the beginning, then I have the subject, and then the past participle, ¿no? ¿De qué depende el uso de have or has? del sujeto que esté trabajando, expresando, describiendo, preguntando, etc. Negando, afirmando, ¿no? Any questions, guys? Sé que tal vez es mucho, pero es la parte de grammar, ¿no? Que siempre es aburrido. All right, so let's practice a little bit. Let's start with this first exercise, which is quite easy. Let me share it through the chat. In this exercise, we're going to practice a little bit more of very common past participle verbs, right? Let's just remember and write them down. And in the second part, we're going to choose between one or another. It's have or has, just depending of the subject, no? My father is has or have. My parents, I, Marta, I, coronavirus, no? Choose between the options. And here, we have to complete the sentence using the present perfect. So how do I use the present perfect? Now we know it's have or has, and then the past participle, no? So in this example, I have to choose one or another, and then this verb that is in the braces here, no? All these verbs, I have to put them in the past participle. That's for example, the first one, no? I, ¿cuál será, have or has, guys?
Have.
I have, yes. I have, and then this verb. How do we write, what's the past participle of see?
Seen.
So I have seen, and then we can read the sentence, no? I have seen that movie 15 times. That's the only thing that we have to do, all right? So let's just start, guys. Any questions? Let's stop sharing my screen. Let's practice a little bit, okay? So who would like to share their screen? Joanna or Adriana or Gilbert? I think Joanna is from her cell phone. She might not be able to. No, maybe Adriana or Gilbert. O podrías compartir tu pantalla, Joanna.
No, teacher, lo tengo en celular. ¿No?
It's a little bit complicated, no? So Adriana or Gilbert?
Yo comparto, teacher.
All right, thank you. So let's start with this first exercise. Then we're going to see a game, okay? Okay, the first part, we have to see the past participles. ¿Podemos borrar todos, por favor? Tenemos que hacerlo entre todos. O puedes abrir uno nuevo, lo puedes actualizar. Okay, guys, let's take turns. What's the past participle of be? Okay, Joanna. Joanna or Gilbert, what's the past participle of make? Si no saben o no recuerdan, pueden buscar en internet. Le pueden dictar a su compañera, pero practiquen, por favor, participen.
Made.
Taking. Don't. Read. Receive it. One. Watch it.
Had.
Playa. Okay. Paint. No. Paint. This is studied. Oh, like. Have. I have. Marta has.
Gilbert,
Having. Has.
yes, very good. Eat. Okay, Adriana, what do you think? Well, we already did that example. No? We can just write it. No, we did that example already. Number 1. Okay, guys, what do you think? We can do number 2, if Adriana, if you want to. Number 3. What do you think, guys?
We have. ¿Qué es encontrar?
Has written.
Okay, let's check. No, on the left, check my answers. Yes, that. All right, so it's correct. The only one that is not correct is B, but let's see why it's not correct. What did you write in B? The one that is incorrect in exercise 3? People. What it says, Adriana? I cannot see.
Have traveled.
Yes. So it was have, no? Traveled. All right. So thank you very much, guys. So now let's play a game. We're going to play on Kahoot. So if you could go to kahoot.it, I'm going to share my screen, guys. 1 second, please. Okay, so go to Kahoot.it and that's the code 5723668. Now you write your nickname. Okay, guys, so let's wait until everyone joins. Right, Adriana. Okay, very good, Adriana. All right, great. Let's start, guys. Okay. First one. Okay, so Adriana, could you read it, please? Thank you.
The present perfect is a verb tense that we can use to talk about an action that occurred at an indefinite time in the past.
All right, very good. So we don't care about the time, no, it's indefinite. So anytime. And this is the form, remember the subject, have or has. We use with have, I, you, we, they, and with has, he, she, it, right? Then the past participle and then the complement. Okay, that's your question. Okay, I, which one? Do, am, have, did, play basketball with.
Have.
Don't answer. You have to answer in your cell phone or your computer. You have to choose the color. So in your screen, guys, I'm not sure who answered who didn't. But in your screen, Adrian, in your screen, you will have just the colors, right? And you have to choose the color of the correct answer. Okay? Do you understand, Adriana?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. How do we form the sentence? They has fun with some cousins. She, he, with her, your mom.
Orange, teacher.
You have to choose, Adrian. So you have your color, right? And you pick the color screen. Do you understand? In your screen, for example, you have like all the colors. You have red, blue. You have red, blue in your screen, right? You have red, blue, yellow, and green. You have to pick. Tienes que apretar, hacer clic en el color de la respuesta correcta. No tienes que decir la respuesta.
No me deja entrar a la página, teacher.
Puedes intentar otra vez mientras seguimos. Esa es la
Ya.
página. Lo he puesto en el chat, kahoot.it, y tienes que escribir este código. A ver si puedes intentar otra vez. Vamos a continuar el resto. Okay, guys, let's continue. All right. I have read this book. Choose the correct answer. All right. So which one was it? Read. Very good. All right. For past, well, for negative, no? We know that we use the subject, have or has, and then not. Not is gonna come between have or has and the verb, right? It goes in the middle. And then at the end, the past participle. All right, next one. You have, has, do, did. Not writing this letter. Which one is it? You have, you has, you do, you did, not writing this letter. All right. Gilbert, can you read the correct answer, please? With have.
You have not written this letter.
Excellent, very good. Thank you, Gilbert. Let's continue. Next. Okay, it, have, do, has, does, not celebrated her birthday. All right. Joanna, could you read the correct answer, please, with has?
It has not celebrated her birthday.
Very good, thank you very much. Her birthday. Okay, let's continue. He, she, it, they have not tried to reach the cup. Which one is correct? He, hey, very good. Adriana, could you read the correct sentence, please?
They have not tried to reach the cup.
Excellent, great. Let's continue. Thank you, guys. Okay, and for questions, it always goes have or has at the beginning. Then we have the subject, depending now if you is have or has, then the past participle, and then the complement. Okay, next. This is a question. Has, do, have, did you drank coffee today? Yes, very good. Gilbert, could you read the question, please?
Have you drunk coffee today?
Very good. It's drunk, by the way, no? Drunk. Very good. All right. Next one. Has he cutted, cut the bread using the knife? It's a question. Very good. Joanna, could you read the question, please?
Has he cut the bread using the knife?
Very good, thank you. Let's continue. Three left. Another question. Have she, have they, have it, have he visited Paris before? Yes, very good. Let's see. Adriana, could you read it, please?
Have they visited Paris before?
Thank you very much. It's a question. All right, next one. And it's saying we use have with I, you, we, and they. Is this true or false? Have with I, you, we, and they. All right, it's true. Excellent. And finally, we don't, this is negative. We don't use has with he, she, it. Is this true or is false? It's false, yes. We don't use, it's saying, no, si this statement, esta afirmación está incorrecta.
Escucha despacio su micrófono.
Oh, it's cutting? Could be my internet, guys. Let me check. All right, guys. So Adriana was third, Joanna second, and Gilbert first. Excellent job. Thank you very much, guys. So let me close some things. All right, sorry guys, maybe my internet. Let me know if you have problems with listening to me. All right. So I'm going to share this exercise and we're going to practice many. We're going to practice for at least 7-8 minutes, okay? So let me share this link for you. You don't have to finish the 100, all right? Don't worry. We're going to do as many as we can, but when I see that you already understand it, we're going to stop. Okay, so let me share this. Maybe Gilbert, you can share your screen this time? So we just have to drag the words and put them in order. No, is it a have or has? And then the verb, no, and then I check if it's correct and then continue. Okay, so that's the last exercise, guys. Any questions? It's like this, no? Gilbert, let's share our screens, please. You have the link on the chat. Take a look to the link and share your screen. All right, great. So let's take turns, guys. Okay, maybe the first one you can do it, or the first two, Gilbert, you can do it. Oh, well, sorry, the first, just the first. Let's take turns, then can go Adriana and finally Joanna. Okay, correct. Next, Adriana.
He haven't heard.
Good. Joanna. Joanna, are you there?
I have been to the library today.
All right, very good. Good job. Okay, next one. Gilbert, your turn. Very good. Okay.
I haven't read that book.
Excellent. Joanna.
We haven't gone to Paris.
Very good. Next, Gilbert. All right. Podemos leer cuando terminemos cada una de las preguntas u oraciones. Por favor, así practicamos un poquito de pronunciación. Gracias.
How long has he worked here?
Very good. Next. Joanna.
Has she called her mother?
Excellent. Gilbert, your turn.
We haven't lost our tickets.
Very good. Next. Adriana.
How long have you studied English?
Great. Joanna.
She hasn't cleaned the kitchen.
Yes. Cleaned the kitchen. Clean.
I have known him for 3 months.
Very good. Adriana.
Lucy has cooked breakfast.
Good. Cooked. Cooked. Adriana. the question.
How much food has you ¿cómo digo? Sold? Has.
Has?
Oh no, have.
Yes. You, ¿no? All the you use have. By the way, is but. Suena como bote. It's like but. Something like that. Have you bought? Whose turn is Adriana or Pilar?
Has she been late for a meeting?
Excellent. Next.
She hasn't seen The Lord of the Rings.
Excellent. John? It's another question.
Have they used a credit card before?
Good job. Because it's a question, we have to go higher at the end, no? Have they used a credit card before? No, because it's a question.
Have you eaten lunch yet?
Eaten. Have you eaten?
Eaten.
Great.
How have we finished it already?
Very good. Finished. T at the end, no? Finished.
Have they
Next.
took the exam?
Adriana. Oh, sorry. Adriana.
John hasn't bought any food.
Both. Excellent. Great job.
He hasn't forgotten his books.
Great job, guys.
She has been to Peru.
Great. Very good.
They have written to the police.
He hasn't hurt his leg.
Great job, guys. Hurt. Hurt. Jana?
How many books have you read this week?
Very good. Have you read this week? No, alzamos la voz un poquito al final cuando es pregunta. This week.
Why have you bought that?
Has he taken a taxi?
Have they gone to the USA?
It's USA. No? USA.
USA.
Great. Next one. Gilbert?
You have kept a pet for 3 years.
Very good. You have kept.
He has drunk too much coffee. Drunk.
All right, very good. Adriana? No, sorry, Joanna.
Where have you been?
Very good. Good.
Have you read War and Peace?
They haven't gone to bed.
Great job. Joanna?
We have tired roll sink.
It's roller skating.
Roller skate.
Excellent. Great. Very good. Thank you. Next one.
They have been in London for 6 months.
Very good.
We have eaten too much chocolate.
Mhm.
She hasn't played basketball before.
Great.
Have we had enough to eat?
Mhm. It's enough. Sounds like F at the end.
No, enough.
Enough. Mhm.
She
Something like that.
hasn't made dinner. Hasn't made dinner.
Great. Okay, una ronda más y terminamos. Okay, last round.
We haven't found the book yet.
Mhm. It's found. Found.
I have studied French.
Very good. And finally,
How much coffee have you drank today?
great. All right, guys. So let's finish there. Let's stop. So I hope you could understand the logic of this topic. It's not really that complicated. However, maybe we can stop sharing the screen, Gilbert. Can you see my screen, guys? Yes, all right. So it's not very complicated. We just have to practice a little bit. But I think you understood at the end, no? The only thing I will say, in my opinion, it's hard sometimes, is the past participle. So we're going to continue practicing more verbs in past participle. In that way, it's easier not to mention or to use this tense. Okay, guys? Any questions before I run today's polls? Ok. So, el recordatorio lo voy a decir en castellano para que se entienda bien. No recuerdo si todos estamos en Cochabamba, creo que Gilbert no está. Mañana es un feriado en Cochabamba, ¿no? Es the 14th of September and it's Cochabamba's anniversary, so it's a holiday. That means that we won't have class tomorrow, ¿no? Mañana no hay clases. Entonces, las llamadas del día de mañana se van a pasar al martes posterior al último viernes que trabajamos. Entonces, esa es la segunda semana, ¿no es cierto? Dentro de 2 semanas, bueno, en la tercera semana que llega, vamos a agregar al primer martes la llamada de mañana, ¿ok? Entonces, mañana, por favor, no hay llamada. Que tengan buen feriado y no se olviden reservar su llamada para el día jueves, por favor. Eso sería todo. ¿Alguna pregunta, tal vez? No? Okay, that's all, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Take care. See you on Wednesday.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.